Well, hello everybody, so welcome to Simplicity of Logic. So today we're going to talk about going with the flow, or at least the idea of it. Alright, and to back up today's example, rather than use philosophical treatise and all that, I decided to use a movie which I watched years ago and one which I rewatched for this video. Alright, is the Big Lebowski. And of course with focus on the main character, the dude, right? The reason why, of course, is one, I truthfully believe just because people read philosophy treatise, it doesn't make them a better person. And two, I believe that the dude, and the film, the Big Lebowski, brings about this idea about going with the flow, and as long as you don't hurt anybody at the same time, it does it very well and entertaining as hell, alright, at the same time. Now, first things first, before I get into all the goods about the dude, let's first have to state that yes, he's not a great role model. He's a bum, alright, he's unemployed, he doesn't want to, he is not ambitious, and I mean, so many things you can say about the dude, and just put it out there, because in case anybody who knows me, yeah, I'm about the same. I'm not statistically in Singapore, gainfully employed. I live off my shares and I do odd jobs once in a while, alright? But at the same time, like him, I don't hurt anybody. I didn't do this because I watched the Big Lebowski. It just happened this way, and I watched the movie after I did it, in fact. So yeah, I just want to put it there, like, I don't espouse that everybody should be exactly like dude, alright? But I take away from it these ideas, which I'll go into now. Now, the first and most important reason why I feel that so many people, in fact, just to let you know, there's actually a religion based from the character of the dude. It's called Dudism, and I think he has 200,000 followers or something, to what I saw in one video, so don't quote me on this, alright? But there is this group. But I think the main reason why so many people can relate to the dude is one thing. He is a lazy bum. He's a weed smoker and everything. Nothing wrong with smoking weed, to be absolutely honest. I think it's organic, but that's a different topic altogether. But he doesn't hurt anybody. He doesn't do anything like outwardly, malicious. To give you a good example, the start of the film, alright, he walks in, he opens the milk, alright, and you would think, like in most movies where a character like the stoner character like Cheech and Chong and all that, he's gonna just open it, drink it, then walk out without paying for it, right? But no, every single thing in the movie with the dude, he does what is right, or what a good person would do. He opens the milk, he drinks it, yes, but he pays for it in the end with a check, weirdly. But at the same time, there are many instances of this. Like example, when the ransom and all that, he just wants to do it. He wants to do the right thing and do what he's told, all right, and just move on. Many times he only gets involved in all these bad situations because of bad advice from people like Walter and such that get involved. So inherently, the dude is just a nice person, a good moral person, in fact. And on top of that, another thing that people really get into, alright, is the fact that he lives by his own rules. Trust me, a lot of people do that. They look at so many Facebook profiles, Tinder profiles, whatever it is, and they're like, I live by my own rules and all that. All these girls taking pictures and all that. Let's just say they're not. They're living according to what society wants them to be and all that. Alright? But with the dude, he literally doesn't care. He wears a robe and, I'll put a picture, in fact, yeah. Look at him. Do you think this guy cares about what society thinks about him? No, he lives exactly by his own rules, but again, here's the thing. He accepts that he still lives within a society, alright? Like a social contract. And this is abundantly clear, and again, quite a few scenes, but one, for example, where, he goes and he still pays his rent, and this is made quite clear from his landlord, who was asking him just to remind him to pay his rent, but to go watch the landlord's new art house film, performance. Alright, so the dude still pays his rent. That's the thing. You see, he's a good moral person. It's just that he really doesn't care about what society thinks about him, and he lives by his own rules, which is very commendable in my view. This is the point where it truly emphasizes the point I just made about living by his own rules. The dude accepts absolutely what he is. There's a scene where the Big Lebowski, the guy in the wheelchair, is insulting him. This is not the first scene. This is near almost the end of the movie, and he's like saying Then, you're a bum, you're lazy and everything like that, and the dude just stands there, he goes like, in most people will be like, how dare you and all that, right? Or like most people, when you say the truth of what you feel about them, they're like, no, I'm not that. With the dude, he's like, you're a bum, you're lazy, you're this and that, and then he goes like, yeah, man, I am. That's the thing. He truly doesn't mind, because he knows and he accepts the bad of what he is and the good of what he is. And I believe that is absolutely wonderful. Just like for me, I'm not saying I'm any commendable kind of person, but I don't lie anymore. When people ask me what do I do for work, I say I'm statistically unemployed. If I meet women for whatever, be it online or whatever, I'll say straight away, exactly what it is, how tall I am, or what my current employment status is and all that. And if they don't admit, that's fine, but I don't lie. I'm happy the way I am. I'm not going to change it, And in the midst of all these ideas, you see, the dude is... The cool thing about it is that he doesn't isolate himself. He's still going out, he's meeting people, he still has friends, he goes bowling, he does his hobby. It's not like the weird part with a lot of people who are, how you say, let's say more eccentric, is that they hide away in their little world and they don't interact with anybody. But with the dude, you can see, everybody likes to do. Most of the people in the film, when he's going around interacting with the bowling people and all, they're like, hey dude, they like him. He has friends. And that's the cool part. He's poor, he's lazy, he's unemployed, but he's a nice person and he has friends and he's sociable. Alright? Another thing that really I think people gravitate to, that he's not that weird guy, that weird cat lady in the house that doesn't want to talk to anybody. He's a nice guy, basically. And also, if you think about it, he lives doing his hobby. He literally wakes up every day. He does his league for bowling. He smokes his weed and all that, and he doesn't hurt anyone. But he lives for his hobbies, basically. He lives to the point that, I live doing what I like, and that's it. If I go, that's a good life. And I think that's one of the most important things. Is I take this to heart too. I do my hobbies, being board games or whatever. And if I die doing what I do now, I'm happy. Seriously, that's not all I ask is to die a painless death. I don't want to change the world anymore. I don't want to conquer the world anymore. I leave that to better people. I think, again, it's so commendable, and the film portrays it so well. And here's the thing, they don't glorify totally. They still let you know, yeah, the dude's a bum, but there are good sides to his character. But at the same time, you see, the dude, yes, he doesn't care a lot about what people think of him, but here's the thing, he's not a pushover. He still seeks justice for himself. I mean, he's not gonna just take it, like with the rug. At the start of the movie, what the whole movie is about is just to get compensated for the rug they got pissed on. Alright? He seeks justice, and he still, like I say, he has a moral center. He knows, he still can say that this is right and this is wrong, and okay, let's try to solve this problem. I want to get back what I feel I should get back. But there's a limit, and I think this is a great lesson for a lot of people, whereby that if you want to solve a problem, you can, but there are two things that should come to the criteria. One, either you commit to solving the problem, or tell yourself when you reach a certain point where it's not worth it anymore, as the dude would say it, fuck it, or just let it go. Especially if you can't solve the problem and you don't want to do it, there's no point dwelling on it. Like halfway through the movie, the dude doesn't even care about the rug anymore. He's like, this is just too much trouble. I just forget it, Right? He doesn't try to go and chase after the situation and everything anymore. And that's, I think, a great way to look at it. Yeah, try to solve your problem, but if you can't, just let it be, just let it go. Fuck it. Like the dude said, just fuck it. And in fact, to that point, by the end of the film, he doesn't even get back his rug. And he's fine with it. He's still happy. He does his bowling league. And he's a happy guy. The dude abides, And all this comes out to, I think, to an idea like Buddhism. Now, don't worry, religion has nothing to do with this analysis. But if you watch, I put a documentary on this, pretty good one. Mine take away the religion, for I always felt that Buddhism does a good explanation of how just physical things work, like karma, where you do good things happen, do bad things happen. To on a base level, it's just physically more likely than not. fact that if you go out every day doing nice things and people see it, they're more likely to help you than if you go out every day and push an old lady on the floor. They're more likely not to help you when you're in trouble, right? It's just a physical thing that happened. With the dude, the same thing. Siddhartha, who became the Buddha, you know, I mean, the story goes, of course, he went through all these like starvations and all suffering to reach enlightenment. At the end of the day, the idea was just accepting life for what it is. Now, the thing about Siddhartha, the Buddha, is that he's so commendable and he's good at so many things. The dude does that, and the cool thing is that he's just a normal guy. In fact, he's not even a how you say, a good role model. Yet here he is accepting life for what it is, and like the analysis of one of the videos which I'll put link below, that, and like the narrator of the film, The Stranger, it's comforting. It really is very comforting to know that there are people like that who can live their lives like that, and that maybe you too, if you know, when you have hard times, you just go, fuck it, you know, I can't solve this problem, just move on. You know, there are better things to worry about in my life, like my hobbies and going to do something I like rather than getting all angry and such. And the last thing is that line, the famous line which everybody uses, the dude abides. Alright, simple idea. What the universe is an uncaring place and everything like that, but whatever the world throws at you, you go with the flow. You know, you try to solve it, you can't, you know what, fuck it, and thus the dude abides by the universe, basically. In conclusion, go watch the Big Lebowski. I'll put a link to the trailer below. Alright, I really do believe it's a great film, if anything for a entertainment value, and on top of that, I think there's a lot people can learn from the dude. You don't have to take everything he does as gospel and everything like that, but a lot of the ideas which I state out, such as just going with the flow and all, and just fucking it, is a great lesson that a lot of people should learn. Alright, thank you very much. Till next word.